A very warm good evening to everyone, those who have joined the session. I hope you can hear my voice and you are able to see the slide. If you can hear my voice clear enough, please write yes in the comment section. Okay. So as you know that we had covered the important topics from the defense and security. So we had left the topic of the important joint exercises. So thank you everyone for your response. So today we'll be first covering up the important joint exercises of the Indian Army, Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. And after that, we'll quickly move ahead with the topic of important days, both international, national, as well as the important days of our state, that is Assam. So these classes are for the prelims, upcoming prelims of APSC, and also can be utilized for the UPSC prelims. Today, after this topic will be over, we'll be very soon covering the topic of space and satellite missions and the space missions of India and some of the important missions of other countries, which is a very important topic for the prelims exam of APSC. And after that, we'll be discussing the important 5-year planning commissions and the 5-year plans of India and the probable questions that can be asked from those topics. So let's move ahead without wasting much time. This is the prelims booster course. You can take the subscription if you have not taken it yet. The link for the subscription course has been provided in the description box. You have to download our app from the Playstore as well as the Apple iStore. So if you have any doubt, you can always call us in the given number in the description box and your queries will be solved. So the first of all, let us discuss about the Indian Army joint exercises. Here you just need to know which exercise is related with which country. A simple match the following question can be asked in the exam, or if not match the following, they may simply ask you that, for example, this hand-in-hand exercise is being conducted with which country. So the answer is obviously China and India, but they might even ask you about whether it is a exercise conducted under the Army or the Air Force or the Navy. Okay, so you have to know from that perspective also. So the Army exercises, we are first covering it up, and the first one, that is Mitra Shakti, and the Mitra Shakti exercise is being conducted between India and Sri Lanka. Okay, so you can simply remember. And there is one also called as Exercise Shakti. Okay, and that is between India and French armies. So please don't get confused with the word Shakti. One is Mitra Shakti and one is only Shakti. Okay, so the Mitra Shakti, the friend, okay, the word Mitra, that means friend, and the friend stays nearby. Okay, that is Sri Lanka. So you can just remember from that particular concept. But only Shakti, if it is there, so it will be under with French armies. Okay, hand in hand will be India and China. So you know that there is a lot of problem, lot of border disputes with China. So we need to move on with hand in hand and try out a negotiable discussion and try to sort out the issues. So hand in hand will be with India and China, and Mitra Shakti, that is friend Shakti, will be with Sri Lanka, and exercise Shakti, only Shakti, will be with French. Okay. After that, moving ahead with the exercise Nomadic Elephant. Okay, and this Nomadic Elephant is with Mongolia. Okay, so please try to remember. Imagine a nomadic elephant in Mongolia, a Mongolian elephant with India. Then you have the Yudh Abhyas, okay, and that is with the United States of America since 2005. So this has been going on for a pretty long time. Then you have the Surya Kiran, okay. So just imagine that Surya means the sun, and the sun is just on the top of you, and on the top of us we have Nepal. Okay, immediately top of India we have Nepal. So you can remember from that perspective that Surya Kiran is with Nepal. Okay, So this has been repeated. This Mitra Shakti has been repeated. This is again the same, and India and Sri Lanka. Then you have the Lamitier, okay, and Lamitier is with Seychelles, which is a important island nation in the Indian Ocean. We all know. Then we have Prabal Dostik, okay, Prabal Dostik, and this is with Kazakhstan. We have Al Naga with Oman. Ajay Warrior we have with UK. Sampriti is with Bangladesh. Ostra Hind, again Ostra is coming from the word Australia, so it is very easy to remember. It is Australia and India. We have Kanjar, okay, we have Kanjar with Kyrgyzstan. K is for Kanjar and K is for Kyrgyzstan. But don't get confused with the K of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is Dostik, okay. Then you have the Maitri exercise, and Maitri is with Thailand. Then Vajra Prahar is again with US. Youth Abhyas, it has been repeated. Okay, this is, we have already seen this one, Youth Abhyas. So Youth Abhyas along with Vajra Prahar, these both are with US. We have Garuda Shakti, that is with Indonesia. Shakti exercise, again this has been repeated, and India and France. We have Dharma Guardian, okay, Dharma Guardian is with Japan. Ex Equivarian, this is with Maldives. Then Winbacks, Win is from the Vietnam V, and Indian Vietnam, easy to remember. Then you have exercise Harimau Shakti. Okay, Harimau Shakti is with Malaysia. Vajra Prahar, again this has been repeated. This is with US. Imbax, okay, Imbax you have with Myanmar. Okay, and this is, you can simply remember I is for India and M is for Myanmar. And then Bol Kurukshetra, that is with Singapore. Okay, so these are a few important Army military joint exercises conducted in collaboration with other countries and India. So I'll be repeating once again for you to remember. Please try to remember in the class itself. Okay, just close your eyes and I'll be telling you the names. You just try to recall. Okay, so there are two important Army joint exercises with United States, and those are Vajra Prahar and Youth Abhyas. Okay, so please try to remember this: Vajra Prahar and Youth Abhyas. Okay, so just imagine that there is a mountain, that is Pahar. Okay, there is a mountain, and you know the famous Rocky Mountains are in US. So just imagine that you are practicing for your war. Okay, Youth Abhyas. Your Abhyas means practice, and you are practicing for your APSC or UPSC. This is like a war for you. Okay, and where you are practicing? You are practicing by sitting on the top of the Rocky Mountains, that is the Pahar or the Prahar. Okay, so you can just build up some mnemonic like that and you can remember easily. Okay, so where you are practicing for your war is your for civil service exam, and you are practicing for your war by sitting in the top of Rocky Mountains. Okay, and that is the Pahar in Assamese, or Prahar. Okay, so that is again in US. Okay, then you have one Shakti. Okay, we have couple of some Shaktis, and one is the friend Shakti, Mitra Shakti. So friend is very nearby, and the nearby country is Sri Lanka. Only Shakti, if I tell you, okay, so you just imagine about only Shakti, and you can imagine the actor Shakti Kapoor, and Shakti Kapoor has released a new film which has been the shooting has taken place where? In France. Okay, in France. So the shooting has been conducted with the French armies. All right, so you can just imagine with that particular logic. Then with China, I have already told you, you need to go hand in hand with China in terms of solving the border disputes. So this is easy to remember. Then where do you imagine the nomadic elephant? Okay, a Mongolian elephant, right? So you imagine the elephant in Mongolia. Then you have this Youth Abhyas, again we have seen. Then Surya Kiran. Okay, Surya Kiran, and you know that the sun is at the top of your head, and the top of just immediate the country at the top of India is Nepal. So it is again easy to remember. All right. Then you have Lamitier. Okay, Lamitier, and Lamitier, like you can imagine with the word lama. Okay, I'm just building up the mnemonics right now, so it can be very stupid. You can build up your own mnemonics also. And lamas are mainly, we call the Nepalis as the lamas somewhere. Okay, and you can just imagine that the lamas are actually staying in Seychelles. Okay, You go and visit Seychelles and you find a lot of llamas, and Lamitier is, you can just link with Seychelles. Then you have Prabal Dostik. Okay, so just imagine your best friend. Okay, your best friend's name is Prabal, and he's staying at Kazakhstan. So where is your best friend staying? Your best friend is staying at Kazakhstan. Okay, so just you can remember it from that perspective. Then you have Al Naga. Okay, Al Naga, and from the word Naga, you can just imagine the Naga people. Okay, and you know that there are some disputes, border disputes with Nagaland also, and the Naga people have taken up this issue with Oman, okay, with the government of Oman, and they want the government of Oman to be the mediator with Assam. Okay, so Naga people, whom they have built up the mediator, they've built up the mediator with Oman. Okay, so just imagine, where is your best friend? Best friend is staying, what is his name? Prabal. And Prabal is staying where? Prabal Dostik. Prabal and Dosti, right? That is why I've said Dosti means what? You can just imagine Dosti means your dost, right? Your friend. So your best friend's name is Prabal, and he's staying where? Kazakhstan. Okay. You have a border dispute with Nagaland, and Nagaland wants the mediator to be whom? The government of Oman. Okay. So that is how simple you can remember. Where is the Mongolian elephant? Okay, the nomadic elephant stays in Mongolia. Okay, the only Shakti Kapoor is doing the shooting of his film where? In France. Okay, in French, along with the French armies, and hand in hand is China. Then Mitra Shakti, the friend stays nearby, that is Sri Lanka. Okay, then you are preparing for your war, that is your APSC or UPSC, where? By sitting at the top of the Rocky Mountains, Pahar, or Vajra Prahar, or Youth Abhyas. Okay, so you are doing it at US. Then you have one more Shakti. Okay, you have one more Shakti, and that is Garuda. Okay, Garuda Shakti is at Indonesia. Okay, so Garuda Shakti, you can just imagine. Okay, then you have Dharma Guardian. Okay, Dharma Guardian. So you know the Japanese people are very peaceful in nature, right? Who are the peaceful people in the world? The Japanese people. After the bombing of atom bombs, they had promised that they will never use nuclear bombs, and they always promote peace. And by peace, you can relate with dharma, okay, because of their concept of dharma. And you know that if you have read ancient history, you know that in ancient history there is a dharma concept in Buddhism. Okay, that is a dhamma concept, which even the great king of Ashoka had also adopted. Okay, and that dhamma principle always talked about what? Peace. Okay, no war, only peace. So from dharma, you relate directly with whom? Who are the peaceful people in the world? The Japanese people. So dharma guardian. Okay, so they are also the guardian for the peace. So it is with Japan. All right. So after that, you have one Maitri exercise. Okay, so you have two friends. One is your male friend, that is your Prabal. He stays in uh, Kazakhstan, and you have one female friend whose name is Maitri, and she stays in Thailand. Okay, so the female friend stays in Thailand, and the male friend stays in Kazakhstan. All right, and dharma, it means a peace, and it means what? Dharma, we are relating with Japan. All right. Then you have, now some are very simple to remember, like Ostrohan. Now Ostrohan, you don't need to develop any mnemonic. It directly comes from the word Australia. So Ostrohind is Australia and India. Okay. Then you have, and where are the Naga people whom they want to create the mediator? They want to create the mediator with the country of Oman. Then you have one, that is Sampriti. Okay, and Sampriti, it is very famous. It is, it is with Bangladesh. Okay, and you can easily remember that Sampriti is with Bangladesh. All right. Then you have one Khanjar. Okay, Khanjar, and Khanjar is like Kyrgyzstan. Okay, now Kyrgyzstan, I had also told you in the mapping class. Kirk, it means eating the biscuit. Okay, and Bishkek is the capital. And okay, so Bishkek, you are eating the biscuit in Kyrgyzstan. And like you can develop a mnemonic, like there is a new biscuit brand, and the name of that biscuit brand is what? Khan Jar. Okay, so you take a jar, okay, and there is a biscuit brand name is Khan. Okay, so my name is Khan. I'm not a terrorist. The movie of Shahrukh Khan. So Shahrukh Khan, you can just imagine Shahrukh Khan eating the Khan biscuit, okay, the brand of a biscuit on his name, by putting the biscuits in a jar, and he's eating where? The biscuit. You can directly relate with Kyrgyzstan, because Kyrgyzstan capital is Bishkek. Okay, so when you eat a biscuit, the sound comes out like crick crick crick, and it is like, it's very simple and stupid mnemonic, but it is actually, it works. And I'm making the mnemonic right now in front of you. Okay, I have not prepared this mnemonic, so I normally do this. You can also develop this kind of mnemonics in any of the subject that you find it difficult to remember. All right, I'll ask you after this. Okay, I'll ask you after this. You just try to imagine whatever I'm trying to say, or else you can also make your own mnemonics. Now, Winbex, it is easy to remember because Wien, V for Vietnam, that you can easily remember. Okay, Vajrapahar already done. Imbex, Imbex also you remember. I for India, M for Myanmar. Okay, Imbex is very nearby again, Myanmar. Then Bol Kurukshetra. Okay, Bol Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra was, it was the place of fight in Mahabharat. And you just imagine that Mahabharat, the new Mahabharat, the 21st century Mahabharat, you are trying to shoot, okay, produce a new series of Mahabharat, and that shooting is taking place at Singapore. Okay, that shooting is taking place at Singapore. Okay, what was in Seychelles? Seychelles, the llamas. Okay, llama stays in Seychelles, right? The last one that you need to know is Ecuverin. Okay, Ecuverin, and Ecuverin means Maldives. Okay, and Ecu is like, you can just say that in Maldives there is like Ecu is, you can just relate with Aqua. Okay, and Aqua, and there is a huge problem of Aqua in Maldives. Even India has to send water to Maldives, though it is surrounded by water. It is an island nation, but it is having a very big problem of water crisis. Okay, it is actually facing a very huge water crisis. For even they have to buy and process for the drinking water, it is not available. So eku comes from the word aqua, and aqua means, water. Okay, so water comes from the water problem is where in Maldives. So it is as simple as that. If I now ask you, for example, what is youth abhyas, practice for your war? Your war is your civil service exam. Where are you doing it? You are doing it by sitting at the top of Rocky Mountains. Where are Rocky Mountains? United States. Rocky Mountains means Pahar and Prahar. Vijay, Vajra Prahar. So Vajra Prahar and youth abhyas both are in United States. Okay. Then you have Shakti. Okay, Shakti, you have three Shaktis. One Shakti is Friend Shakti, Mitra Shakti, that is nearby Sri Lanka. Only Shakti Kapoor doing the shooting where in France. Okay, and Garuda Shakti is in Indonesia. All right. Then you have one elephant. Where is the elephant staying? It is in Mongolia, the nomadic elephant. All right. Then you have the Surya Kiran. Surya Kiran, the sun is at the top, right? And you can keep on commenting in the comment box as soon as you hear the mnemonics, okay? And then it will help you. See, I'm trying to make you memorize within the class timing so that you don't have to waste time after that. And देखो अगर एक क्वेश्चन भी यहाँ से फंस गया ना, you will actually एक स्माइल आ जाएगा आपका चेहरा में during the examination time because of this, okay? And it actually works. So just try to close your eyes and just try to imagine whatever I am saying. You can also see, I'm not asking you to follow my mnemonics. I'm building it up right now, but you can also create your own mnemonics. If you think that my mnemonics are not working for you, that is completely fine. Okay, so where the lama staying? They are staying in the Seychelles, Lamitie. Okay, Surya Kiran, Surya, the sun is at the top of you, and Nepal is at top of India. Okay, Prabal Dostik. So we have two friends, right? One is a male friend, that is Prabal. He stays in Kazakhstan. Dosti word is also coming from the friend. And Maitri. Okay, Maitri is our female friend, and she is staying in Thailand. Okay, then you have Al Naga. So Al Naga, the Naga word is coming from where? Naga is coming from the Naga people, and they are they want to sort out this border dispute with whom? They want to create a mediator whom? The government of Oman. Okay, then we have one was left out, Ajaya Warrior. Okay, Ajaya Warrior. So again, you can just maybe create a word or a friend, one more friend, a new friend, Ajay. Okay, and Ajay stays where? He stays in London, that is United Kingdom. Okay, so Ajay stays in United Kingdom, and your Prabal stays in Kazakhstan. All right. Then you have Sampriti, that is easy to remember. Sampriti is Bangladesh. Then Austro Hind, very easy to remember, Australia. Khanjar, okay, Khanjar, Khan, the brand name of biscuit, Khan in the jar. Where Bishkek is the capital of which country? Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so that is how you remember. Then you have like Dharma Guardian. Okay, Dharma. Oh, so where is Dharma? Where is Dharma? Dharma means Dhamma, peace. Which country promotes peace? Japan. Okay. Then you have exercise Ecuverin, and Ecuverin means Equa, and problem water crisis. Okay, it's in Maldives. All right. Winbacks, very easy. Vietnam. Then Harimau Shakti. Okay. There is one more Shakti, that is Harimau. Okay, and you can remember this. Mao is coming from the word Malaysia. Okay, so we'll not make any mnemonic here. Harimau Shakti, it is Malaysia. Imbex. M is for Myanmar. And Bol Kurukshetra. Where is the shooting of Kurukshetra happening? In Singapore. Okay, so please revise it once more after the class, and you will remember it easily. So moving ahead with the Air Force. Okay, now those were the Indian Army. Okay, Army exercise. Now we'll see the Air Force joint exercise. Also, you need to remember which exercise is military or Air Force or Navy. Okay, because the question may also come like that. All right. Then we'll now see. First of all, one we have Indradhanush or rainbow. Okay, so Indradhanush or rainbow is with India and UK air exercise. Okay, so just imagine who is the friend living in UK, Ajay, right? Ajay, you have seen Ajaya warrior. Okay, this is the Ajaya warrior. This is the Ajay warrior UK. Okay, so with Ajay, what are you watching? With Ajay, you are watching a beautiful rainbow in London. Just imagine you are visiting London. Who is your friend there? Ajay. And with Ajay, you are watching what? A very, very beautiful rainbow. Okay, so rainbow means what? Sky. Okay, and sky you can relate with Air Force because the aeroplanes will fly in the sky. So you can easily remember that Indradhanus or rainbow, you are watching with whom? Ajay. Ajay stays where? London. And Indradhanus is sky, so it will be Air Force. All right. Then you have Garuda. Okay, that now this one was Garuda Shakti. Okay, now Shakti was mainly in your army, but here there is no Shakti. This is only Garuda. Okay, so what you can relate is here is that, so you know that France exercise, army exercise was also only Shakti, right? Only Shakti. So Shakti Kapoor was shooting his film in France. Okay, now he is influenced with the word Garuda. Okay, and Garuda Shakti is also there in Indonesia, so he borrows this word Garuda. Okay, he borrows this word Garuda, all right, from Garuda Shakti, and then Garuda is again at France. All right, and if if only Shakti is military, then Garuda, only Garuda will be Air Force. Okay, then you have Avia Indra. Okay, Avia Indra. Now Avia means, you can easily relate with the word aviation, and aviation means airplanes, right? So it will be Air Force. And Indra, now where are you getting Indra? One, you got Indra Dhanush. Now that Indra Dhanush is completely rainbow, but this Indra is a half word, that is your only Indra, right? So Avia Indra is at Russia. Okay, so you just imagine Indra Devta is sitting where? At Russia, and he is ruling the entire world by sitting at Russia. So where is Indra Devata sitting? He's sitting at Russia. Then you have one exercise red flag. Okay, exercise red flag. Now you just imagine the red flag is what? Lal Salam, right? Lal Salam. Now Lal Salam is a movement, red flag is a movement of communist movement. But in US there is no communist movement. So US, okay, so US has thrown out the communism because US is purely a capitalistic country, right? Please imagine this situation. US is completely a capitalistic country, so they have thrown away the red flag from their country. So when they have thrown away, it is now flying in the sky. Okay, they have just thrown away the flag, the red flag. There is a movement of communism, and that was the fight of Cold War, right? So they have thrown away the red flag, and it is in the sky, and that is why from where it has been thrown away, from the US, and it is in the sky. Sky means, again, what I'm just trying to relate with the Air Force, right? So aeroplanes are flying in the sky. So red flag, from where it has been thrown away, from US. Okay, so communist movement exercise red flag is with the US. Then you have with Siam Bharat. Okay, Siam Bharat, and Siam like is again with Royal Thailand Air Force. So one friend you have what? You have the Maitri staying in Thailand, right? And Siam you can relate with like it is not coming in my mind as of now. Siam, I think you can relate with something like maybe a male friend Shyam. Okay, but silicon or aluminium also you can just see that with Maitri you are just exploring some silicon and aluminium. Okay, silicon and aluminium, and in Thailand this silicon and aluminium, where is it found? It is found in the sky. Okay, in Thailand this Yes, yes, it is the same. Okay, Vinit, it is the same. So, silicon and aluminum, where you find in the sky, you find in Thailand, and with whom you are watching, you are watching with Maitri. Okay, then you have desert eagle. Okay, now this is very easy. Desert eagle. Eagle means what? Eagle flies where? In the sky, right? So it is flying in the sky. So definitely it has to be related with Air Force. And you see a lot of eagle when you go to Dubai. Okay, so you now, for example, UAE, you have the Dubai there, right? So there is a very the highest building, all right, Burj Khalifa is in Dubai. And when you just imagine you are visiting Dubai, okay, you have gone to the top floor, okay. Yes, Maitri and Seema can be two friends, okay. So Mumpy, okay, all right. Seema, all right. So Siam, you can just imagine I made it quite complex. Silicon and aluminum, you can see it in the sky, but you can also, Mumpy has suggested that Maitri and Seema are two friends, and you have gone and met them. All right. So you can just make your own mnemonic, no problem. So you go to Burj Khalifa, and then when you go to the top floor of Burj Khalifa, you feel like you want to fly like an eagle now from, okay, and then you will just jump from the Burj Khalifa, and then you will fly like an eagle. Okay, so you can easily remember like that. Then you have one more, that is Eastern Reach. Okay, Eastern Reach. Now this is India Oman bilateral exercise. Now this you simply relate with the earlier one, and that is your like now you know in Oman you have the Naga, right? Now this is, see again ये थोड़ा relation है यहाँ पे. Now as compared to Oman, the Assam Nagaland border issue is in the eastern part, right? So Oman is trying to bridge the gap between Assam and Oman, Nagaland, right? So they are trying to breach the border dispute. They are trying to breach the gap or the issues. Okay, so who is trying to breach the issues in the eastern part of the world? Okay, that is Oman, and it is with whom? Assam and Nagaland, right? Okay, so it is with Assam and Nagaland. Monojit, there is a WhatsApp link in the description, so you can join that link. Okay, join the WhatsApp group through that link. So I hope you are liking it, and you can easily remember. I'll just make a revision for all of you. Indradhanus, okay, rainbow. Just imagine, with whom are you watching the rainbow? You are watching the rainbow with Ajay, right? And where are you watching? Obviously, in Ajay stays in London or UK. Garuda name has been borrowed by whom? Shakti Kapoor. Okay, after his exercise Shakti, now he is launching the Air Force joint exercise, and Garuda has been borrowed. So Shakti Kapoor stays where? France. Okay. Then you have Avia Indra. Avia Indra. So Avia means the Air Force aviation, and Indra is sitting where? He's ruling the world from the by sitting at Russia. Then you have exercise red flag. Red flag is the movement of communism movement, right? So communism has been thrown away. Okay, it has been thrown away from which country? By US, because it is a capitalistic country, and it was a fight of the between during the Cold War between US and USSR. Okay, so two polar world has been formed at that time. So red flag has been thrown away from USA, and it is now in the sky. It has been thrown away, right? So again, it is a aviation sector, sky. Then you have Siam Bharat. So you can just relate silicon and aluminum. You are watching with Maitri in the sky in Thailand. Maitri stays in Thailand. Then you have Desert Eagle. So you go to Burj Khalifa, Dubai, UAE, right? Dubai is in UAE. And from Burj Khalifa, when you go to the top floor, you just feel like flying like an eagle. Okay. And then Eastern Bridge. So Oman is trying to make the bridge, okay, of the gap between Assam and Nagaland, and which is in the eastern part as compared to Oman. So these are the important Air Force exercises. Then we have some then we have some yes, Siam is also the ancient name of Thailand. All right. So then we have some joint navy exercises. Okay, now this is also important. You may get a question, so don't worry, you will be able to remember it. Okay, so first of all, let us quickly cover the easy ones. For example, Aussie Index. Okay, Aussie Index. So it is Aussie Index is definitely coming from the word Australia and India. Okay, then you have one Konkan. Okay, now Konkan is a coast, right, in the western part of India. So Konkan is between Indian Navy and Royal Navy of Britain. Okay, so just imagine, now in Britain we have related with Shakti Kapoor, so we'll try to keep the mnemonic with him only. Okay, so that you are not confused. So just imagine, after the completion of the shooting in extremely sorry, Shakti Kapoor stays in France, right? So Britain we have Ajay. Okay, so just imagine. Okay, this is wrong. So in Britain we have Ajay. Okay, you will come to remember. Okay, because see कुछ गलत हो रहा था तो मुझे मेरा दिमाग में immediately आया कि नहीं शक्ति कपूर तो फ्रांस में था. तो that is the power of your imagination. Okay, so that is the power of your imagination. So you need to imagine more. All right. If the screen is not visible, your internet speed will be low. Okay, so you need to have a proper internet speed. Otherwise, the screen will be clear enough. Okay, there is no problem from my side. So just imagine after you met Ajay. Okay, so Ajay के साथ आप लोगों ने क्या किया? पहला तो आपने अजय के साथ आर्मी एक्सरसाइज किया, फिर आपने इंद्रधनुष रेनबो देखा, राइट, यूनाइटेड किंगडम में, ब्रिटेन में या लंदन में, एंड देन यू रिटर्न बैक विद अजय इन अ शिप. ओके, सो आप यूके से रिटर्न हो रहे हो इन अ क्रूज शिप में, टाइटेनिक जैसा, एंड देन आप आके कौन सा कोस्ट में लैंड करते हो? कोंकण कोस्ट में. ठीक है, अजय के साथ आप वापस आते हो लाइक टाइटेनिक. ओके, लाइक टाइटेनिक, एंड देन यू कम एंड रीच विच कोस्ट? कोंकण कोस्ट इन इंडिया विद अजय. ओके, तो उसको थोड़ा सा इमेजिन कर लेना. देन यू हैव इप्सामार. Now this is very easy to remember. IPSAMAR is like BRICS. Okay, we have one organization that I have covered in the international organization, I think lecture number 9. So similarly, we have also one other organization that is your IPSA. Okay, now IPSA is actually again trying to promote what, you know, the south like south hemisphere, but again India is there. India is collaborating with countries from the southern hemisphere, because अगर आप देखोगे 20th century में जो मैक्सिमम पावरफुल कंट्रीज है वो सारे नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर का है, लेकिन अभी जो इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज है, इमर्जिंग कंट्रीज है, नाउ ऑल दोस कंट्रीज आर लोकेटेड वेयर इन द साउदर्न हेमिस्फीयर, लाइक ब्राजील, लाइक साउथ अफ्रीका. These are emerging economies. So India has collaborated with them, and that collaboration is known as what? IPSA, India, Brazil, South Africa. So you have one IPSA. So पूरा साउदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में आप कैसे घूम रहे हो? थ्रू शिप. ठीक है, साउदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में लैंड बहुत कम है, तो आपका मैक्सिमम पानी ही है वहां पे, वाटर रीजन ज्यादा है, तो आप वहां पे नाव से या फिर मतलब शिप से, वेसल से आप ट्रेवल कर रहे हो एंड साउदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में, और वहां पे आपका नेवी एक्सरसाइज है. दैट इज वेरी इजी टू रिमेंबर. इंडिया, ब्राजील, साउथ अमेरिका, दैट इज योर इप्सामार. ओके, देन सिम्बेक्स इज वेरी इजी. ओके, सिम्बेक्स इज वेरी इजी. इंडिया एंड सिंगापुर. नाउ इंडिया एंड सिंगापुर में आपका कुरुक्षेत्र भी हुआ था. महाभारत का शूटिंग कहाँ होगा? सिंगापुर में होगा. ठीक है, तो आप सिंगापुर जाओगे घूमने तो वहां पे आपको क्या दिखेगा? महाभारत का युद्ध का शूटिंग. ठीक है, देन सिम्बेक्स इज इजी टू रिमेंबर. सिम्बेक्स इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द वर्ड सिंगापुर. ओके, सो यू कैन इजीली रिमेंबर. नाउ दिस एक्सरसाइज मलाबार, ये तो बहुत फेमस है, इसके लिए और हम लोग निमोनिक नहीं बनाएंगे, बिकॉज दिस इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड फेमस वन, राइट. सो आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे कि मालाबार एक्सरसाइज जो है, now this is a trilateral navy exercise. Okay, trilateral navy exercise. So this is between India, US and Japan. Okay, so आप इसको easily remember कर लेना. Similarly एक quad भी है. Okay, quad grouping है, और quad इसको मैंने I forgot to tell you this one in your international organization class. So quad is between whom? Okay, there is one more country, India, US, Japan and Australia. Okay, so this is like a counter to RCEP. Okay, this is like a counter to RCP that is led by China. All right, so exercise Malabar आप इसको easily याद कर लेना. कोंकण में कौन किसके साथ आप वापस आ रहे हो? अजय के साथ. अजय कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? ब्रिटेन, लंदन, यूके. ओके, देन कोंकण हो गया. ऑसी इंडेक्स, सिम्बेक्स हो गया सिंगापुर के साथ, और एक्सरसाइज मलाबार हो गया विद 3 कंट्रीज, यूएस, जापान, इंडिया. नाउ इंद्र इज अगेन, यू नो इंद्र कहाँ पे बैठा हुआ है? इंद्रधनुष इज डिफरेंट. ओके, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज. इंद्रधनुष इज डिफरेंट. Indradhanush is where rainbow, you are watching rainbow with whom? You are watching rainbow with Ajay in UK. Okay, Air Force. Now only Indra, okay, is both, like you know, only Indra is Navy. Okay, so Russia में है Indra Devata. Okay, all right. Then you have Slinex, very easy to remember. SL coming from the word Sri Lanka, so nothing to worry. You have Varun. So Varun Devata कहाँ पे है? So वरुण देवता आपका शक्ति कपूर. सो जस्ट इमेजिन दैट शक्ति कपूर व्हेन ही इज शूटिंग, उनका रोल क्या है? वरुण देवता का रोल है. तो वरुण देवता का रोल कौन परफॉर्म कर रहा है? शक्ति कपूर. ओके, तुलसी क्रिएशंस फाउंडेशन कोर्स स्टार्टिंग डेट प्लीज. वी आर वेरी सून स्टार्टिंग आवर ऑफलाइन कोर्स फ्रॉम September month. ओके, सो एडमिशंस आर गोइंग ऑन. I can announce a very good offer that is going on right now, that our course fees for offline course is 57,000 for the entire foundation course, which is for 1 year. But presently, if you take the admission before September, okay, before the classes start, you are getting the entire course at just 40,000 rupees. Okay, we are giving a discount of 17,000 rupees because of the pandemic. So the last date is 30 August, 30 or 31st August. But that will be a one-time payment. Okay, there will be no installment allowed. But we allow installments if it is taken in the normal course fees, that is 57,000 rupees for our foundation course, offline course I'm talking about. All right, but if you are making a one-time payment before 31st August, you are getting an offer. You will get the entire course of GS Foundation in just 40,000 rupees for 1 year, and that will be offline. Okay, and admissions are going on for both Barwari as well as Beltola Center in Guwahati as of now. Okay, so Varun Devata का shooting कौन कर रहा है? Varun Devata का shooting online. Tulsi, we are not creating live sessions as of now foundation के लिए. जो हम लोग का recorded classes already है, that you can get in our app store, which is already available, and at a very discounted rate it is available there. Okay, so Varun is Shakti Kapoor shooting, okay, in the role of Varun Devta. Then you have one Sahyog Kaijin. Okay, Sahyog Kaijin, and this is with Japan. You have Nasim Al Bahar, Oman. Imkor, again India, Myanmar. Sahyog Hoptek is with Vietnam, and Indo Korpat is with Indonesia. Now these are some difficult ones. ठीक है, ये लास्ट का जो 4-5 है, ये थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है. आप इसको कोशिश कर सकते हो याद करने के लिए. काइजिन, ओके, काइजिन कैन बी लाइक the word coming from the मेरे दिमाग में तो अभी ये आ रहा है कि काजू. ओके, काइजिन एंड काजू कैन बी लाइक सिमिलर. सो जो पीसफुल लोग होते हैं वो लोग बहुत काजू खाते हैं. ठीक है, दे ईट अ लॉट ऑफ कैश्यू नट्स. ओके, और जापान में बहुत पीसफुल लोग हैं, सो दे ईट अ लॉट ऑफ काजू. सो आपको अगर दिमाग ठंडा रखना है, if you want to promote peace, you start eating what? Cashew nuts, काइजिन. अल बहार, तो ओमान के साथ हम लोगों ने 2 निमोनिक ऑलरेडी सेटअप कर लिया था, तो उसके साथ ही सेटअप करना पड़ेगा, राइट. एक हो गया था आपका नागा के साथ, राइट. यहाँ पे यू कैन सी, राइट, दिस इज अल नागा. So the border dispute is getting sorted in Oman. Now they are also creating a eastern bridge. Okay, eastern bridge ऐसे bridge ऊपर से होता है, तो that is like an aviation, right, aeroplane, air force. Then you have one more, Al Bahar. Okay, Al Bahar. So Nasim Al Bahar. Okay, so what you can imagine, that since the mediation is being done by Oman between Assam and Nagaland, okay, in order to create a eastern bridge. So the key person who is actually doing the mediation, his name is what? Nasim Al Bahar. ठीक है, Nasim Al Bahar उनका नाम है, who is trying to be the mediator between Assam and Nagaland. Then IMCOR is easy, India, Myanmar. Sahyog Hoptek. Okay, Sahyog Hoptek. So this is between India and Vietnam, and Hoptek you can relate with Vietnam, like for example, nothing is coming in my mind as of now. I'm really sorry. Okay, so you can just make a mnemonic. You can also suggest a mnemonic in the comment section. And Indo Corpat. Okay, so this is like Corpat. So इसके पहले जो हम लोगों ने इंडोनेशिया के साथ relate किया था, that was your Garuda Shakti. Okay, so Garuda Shakti and Corpat. Okay, Corpat, either corporate you can relate. Okay, or you can relate with Cobra or something like that. Okay, so that is in Indonesia. So Hoptek, you just try to remember about Vietnam. Okay, and Corpat is in Indonesia. So this is simple, you can easily remember. Just a revision is required before the exam. So I hope इससे एक क्वेश्चन फंसेगा इस बार एग्जाम में, ठीक है, and you will be very happy looking at the question. ठीक है, so that is what we had to discuss. Rest we have already covered, the defense and security. So we can just come to a conclusion for this part of today's class. All right, so we can come to a conclusion for this part of today's class. What I will do, we will try to end this session. Okay, I will create another link at 10 o'clock. Okay, and because important days will be a different topic, so let's not mix it. This will be the important exercises, okay, joint exercises, and I will end the session here. There are also some, because I'm right now sitting in my office in the Barwari Center. So yes, you can just imagine India and Vietnam playing hopscotch. hopscotch. I don't know what is that hopscotch. Anyways, so there is some background noise. I'll just close the windows and everything. So I'll just stop this session here. At 10 o'clock, I'll again create another session. I'll just come live at 10 immediately. All right. So let's meet at 10 again and discuss the important days. Okay. So till then, thank you everyone and good night. And let's meet again at 10 o'clock.